Welcome to the introduction of the deconsolidation request function in Calogi. The deconsolidation request function is a huge step forward in the way business is conducted. This simplifies the way you, the forwarder, interact and transact with Donata. Previously, all consolidated shipments were broken down and delivered to the house available consignee. The exception were shipments of master forwarders who had the authority to effect house available deliveries from their facility. The deconsolidation request function applies to all import cargo where the nature and quantity of goods column of the available indicates that the freight is a consolidated shipment. This operation relied on advanced or standing instructions, and any changes required you to visit the Donata import counter and provide paper documentation. Not only was this time consuming, but most of the changes were also chargeable. The deconsolidation request is now an online function which is simple and convenient to use. You, the forwarder, can now authorize and nominate house availables to clearing agents or to house consignees. The authorized party can in turn take an ADM appointment for the shipment from their Calogi account. The master forwarder will now have the option to choose for each shipment whether they would like to take delivery of the import cargo as a consolidation or for the freight to be delivered to the house available consignee. In short, it will give you, the forwarder, greater control over your import shipments. The online deconsolidation request has removed the paper-based authorization letter by implementing the electronic forwarder authorization. This definitely saves you some valuable time. The house available data such as the shipper and consignee details, the weight and the number of pieces of the house available, as well as the nominated party is entered by you, therefore eliminating the need for amendments, saving you time as well as money. Donata receives FWB messages from the airline before the arrival of the flight. The receipt of the FWB message allows you, the forwarder, to view the incoming shipment details in Calogi, make ADM appointments for the import delivery, and now you will be able to send deconsolidation requests as well. The deconsolidation requests will need to be submitted before the arrival of the flight for the timely breakdown of your cargo. Deconsolidation requests received after the arrival of the flight will incur additional costs. Let's begin now by going to the Calogi webpage and entering your username, your password, and clicking on the login button. When the Calogi webpage opens, in the menu bar, move your mouse to Deconsol and click on Request for Deconsolidation. This opens the deconsolidation page. Let's begin with scenario number 1, where we have received the FWB message as well as the FHL message for this particular shipment. On the deconsolidation request page that has opened, enter the available number and click on the arrow button. The electronic forwarder authorization is displayed. Click on the accept button. Notice now that the master available has opened with the house availables displayed. This master available has 5 house available shipments. Now we need to verify each of these house availables and check if the information entered is correct. Click on the 3 dots and then click on the Edit button. This displays the house available details. Ensure that the shipper's name, address, the consignee's name, address, the number of pieces, the weight, and the nature of goods is correct. If that is verified or corrected, please click on the Save button. Now let's edit the second house available by clicking on the three dots and then the Edit button. The second house available opens up. Verify the information. Over here, we're changing the clearing party to EGTC, which is a Calogi company. I've noticed the street address and the place address incorrect, so I'm changing the street address and place to read as Dubai and street address to read as Dera. Once done, we click on the Save button to save that correction. Open the three other variables, edit or confirm that information and save each of these house variables. Please note that these house variables can be edited up until the time you submit the Deconsol request. Once the Deconsol request for this particular master variable has been submitted, the only change possible is the notification party or the clearing agent for each of these house variables. Now scroll to the top of the page and tick on the checkbox. Ticking of the checkbox indicates the submission of the deconsolidation request to Denata, and a message confirms the submission. In scenario number 2, we are looking at a case where an FWP message has not been received. Over here, we key in an variable number and expect the FWB message to have been received, but when we click on the arrow button, it displays a message saying that the message is not received. In case this message is displayed, you will need to check with the airline for the FWB message. In scenario 3, we have received the FWB message, however the airline has not sent the FHL message. Let's key in the available number. Click on the Accept button to accept the electronic forwarder authorization. Since the FHL message is not received, there are no house available information here. Click on the Add House Available Details button. Enter the house available number, the number of pieces, the weight, and the nature of goods. Continue by adding the shippers and the consignee's details. When the consignee is a member of Calogi, their details are easily displayed and can be selected. Check the Add Another box before clicking on Save to open a new Add House Details page. Repeat the house available creation process by adding details of the second house available. Once done, click on the Save button to close the window. After you click on Save, you are brought back to the first page, which consists of the master available details, and now the new house available details have been added. If you have to edit any information of the house available, which is the number of pieces, the weight, the consignee, all of the details, now is the time to do it. To edit the information again, click on the three dots and the edit button will appear. You can now go ahead and click on the checkbox right at the top right hand side corner to submit the deconsolidation request to Calogi. A message at the top of the page confirms the submission of your deconsolidation request to Calogi. After the deconsolidation request is submitted, the only changes allowed is the notify party of each of the house available. The combined pieces, weight and volume of all the house availables must be equal to the pieces, weight and volume of the master available. Upon successfully processing the deconsolidation request, the master forwarder will receive an invoice for the break bulk charge, the Calogi transaction fee, and any additional charges which may be applicable. At the time of sending a deconsolidation request, storage charges, if any, will be billed to the master forwarder. The master forwarder will receive an invoice for each house available. The house available invoice will contain the handling charges, the delivery order fee, the Calogi service fee, and the Calogi transaction fee. Nominated forwarders will need to book ADM appointments for collecting their shipments. If your nominated forwarder is not a Calogi subscriber, please ask him to contact Calogi Help Desk for details of the registration process. If you're not able to view the available in Calogi deconsolidation request, please request the airline to send the FWB message to Calogi. Alternatively, you can send an email to Donata with the scanned copy of the available and the subject line of that email to read as Airline Approved Master Available for data capture. The emails have to be sent to the email addresses shown. So this brings us to the end of the deconsolidation request function introductory video. If you have any clarification, please refer to the FAQ documents, or you can reach us at our Calogi Help Desk either by phone or by email. Thank you for your time.